honest, so hard work didn't really mean a lot. Even have to bend backwards, put myself in new ways. I'm not giving up my money just so I can play. Have respect for the game and have respect for the love, and I'll always continue to push and suck. He doesn't care about the love just way too much. Even if I'm always down on my luck. I got love. I got love. I got
Hey guys, it's us, Derelict and wait, let me do that again. Hey guys, it's me, Flick, and oh, come on, that's so delayed. Okay,
It's fine. I thought you were going to do both of us.
No, you're supposed to do yourself. I say and then you go Derelict, and I go Flick.
Okay.
Okay. Hey guys, it's me, Flick.
And I'm Derelict.
No, you fucking bastard. No, you're supposed to wait until I say and. Oh wait, Power, and then Power. You after Derelict. Derelict will say and then you will say PowerGamingU.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Hey guys, it's me, Flick, and
Derelict. And
PowerGamingU.
and this is the MachiniphobiC podcast. I forgot the name there again. And this is episode 7. And we hope this will be a better episode than last episode, because, well, anyway. So, welcome, Power.
Hey, glad to be here.
yeah, this is the first time now because you're the first guest that we have who made a machinima that wasn't actually in Halo. It was in Gmod, unless I'm mistaken.
Yeah, it was all Gmod.
Which is really interesting. I mean, you used Halo assets, but you kind of found a way to kind of bridge the two of them. So obviously, for those who don't know, this is PowerGamingU. He made a series called Wrath of the Combine. Really interesting, really subversive series. Do you want to tell us a little bit about it, or tell us about what kind of got you started making Machinima and Wrath of the Combine?
Well, this was back when you made Civil Discord. I kind of wanted to make a machinima for myself. Well, at the time, I was making this Orby and the Chief fan series called Greg and a Chief, and I was seeing Civil Discord, and I thought, I kind of want to make a spin-off of this, so that's when Wrath of the Combine was born.
Wrath of the Combine's awfully similar to Civil Discord in quality as well. So, what would you say is tell us about the series? What was the series about?
The series is about me, who is basically, a dictator of the Combine Federation, which, as we all know, is the antagonistic faction in the video game Half-Life 2.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 involves, the Civil Discord, timeline where, it features, Flick and all the Civil Discord characters. Basically, Chapter 1 is basically like a spin-off, exactly like Civil Discord, like alternative version, my version.
Yeah, it's very alternative. And I was going to ask, did you write each episode on their own, or did you kind of map out the entire story and then kind of fill it piece by piece as you went?
I wrote my own scripts before I, began, taking all those pictures on Gary's mod.
I noticed that all right, is that you would have some sequences that were, just not a slideshow, but they were kind of like still frames, and then you'd have these bits that were almost like raw gameplay.
Yeah, I did have some, like I had slideshows and I had some gameplay, stuff like that in it.
And one thing I really liked was when you got to the final, I think you did 5 or 6 episodes, and when you got to the last one, you had that kind of bit at the end where you're saying the end, and then you had that classic trope where you said the end, and then you said no, it is the end, and you kind of just knew where to end it because one thing I think a few machinima creators, a problem that they hit is that they don't almost know where to end it. They'll just keep it going and going and going, but they won't know when to kind of just draw the line and finish it. And I think the three of us at least are somewhat unique in that sense, where I did Civil Discord, I did Abnormality 3. I'm just about to release Chewy 6, and I know that Chewy 7 will be the last one. And then Flick, even though he never fucking finished his show, he at least had 15 episodes mapped out. So it seems like the three of us at least know where the kind of line in the sand is and when enough is enough, so to speak.
Yeah.
What do you have to say, Flick?
I have to so yeah, what would you so are you so proud of the Wrath of the Combine? Because it's quite a few years old now.
Yeah, I am a bit, though I kind of wish it was an actual machinima and MCC rather than just screenshots like PowerPoint slideshow and like Gary's mod, you know.
Oh, why did you go the screenshot route and not the video route?
Because at the time I did not know how to do machinima like in Halo.
Oh no, but I meant the Gmod. Why didn't you make it the video in Gmod? Why screenshots?
I tried to experiment in motion, like stop motion, do just red balls and
Oh.
poses with the shots, making it look like moving.
And is there any kind of was there any main inspirations that you took into it? Because I know there's I think it's Freeman's Mind is a very popular Gmod machinima. Was there anyone, and maybe it's John's work, I don't know, who kind of directly inspired Wrath of the Combine?
Maybe Freeman's Mind, or maybe some of John's work, like Barbie and the Chief. It was also inspired by Flick's oneself, and
Oh, really?
yeah.
What
I
what inspired you about oneself to make Wrath of the Combine?
I also took some inspiration from
Yeah.
Barbie and the Chief Next Gen.
Oh, I mean, oh yeah, yay! That's a good idea. Cut that out. Power. Yeah, that's excellent. What would yeah.
Did you ever give any thought to doing another Source Filmmaker machinima, or did you decide by the end of Wrath of the Combine that you were totally done with that program altogether?
Yeah, I kind of was just wanting to like move on and actually like do, actual Halo machinima.
And I don't want to look too far into the future, but I heard you mention that you did want to make a Halo machinima at some point. Are you at liberty to discuss that?
Sure.
Yeah. Like, is it like? Can we ask what it's going to be about, or is there any details you can share?
Well, it's basically gonna be about, some like Discord events like in 2020, and it's gonna probably it's gonna be like a spiritual successor to Wrath of the Combine, still be like a dictator of a Combine Federation, but I'll also have a clone who is basically, like me, has a 14-year-old. You know how I acted kind of poor when I was 14?
I
I
mean, yeah.
remember.
I mean, I think we all kind of acted a little bit silly when we were that age. I mean, I'm no exception. I don't know about Blake.
Yeah.
I'm still a bit silly.
But
Oh, yeah.
basically, this machinima is gonna be, me fighting my clone who is, in this like dumb path. And he
Oh.
rules a like Combine Empire. So it's like a Combine like Civil War revolution. That's what it's gonna be like.
That actually sounds kind of cool. So it's like modern you trying to set past you on the correct path.
Yeah.
What Halo is this going to be filmed in?
It's probably gonna be filming I plan on having it be not only in MCC, like all games in MCC, but I also have plans of filming like live action segments in it. Yeah.
That sounds unironically great. I really hope. I want to see this series now.
Yeah.
I think it's going to turn out great. I mean, we haven't really had a great Machinima hybrid series, a great one since R being the chief. So it's going to be great to see you kind of carry the torch in that respect.
Yeah.
I mean, and are you going to feature body actors for the Machinima segment, or are you going to just use the kind of toolkit that the mods allow?
I'm gonna use body actors, and also like I might try to find some like dual kits so that more I can play more than one character.
You mean controllers?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, and is there any kind of other, outside of using
Oh,
MCC and doing live action, is there any other elements that you're hoping to pull into it? Because I know you do a lot of like not military recreations, but you have a side hobby, which is, you collect military attire and stuff. Is there any of that kind of stuff that's going to work its way into this new series?
Uh, well, I could work on like some World War
mm,
One portions of this machinima, like, but it's gonna involve like Gary's mod, like, but it's not gonna be like slideshows. It's gonna be actual, body actors in it, like talking to each other, fighting, whatever.
That's great. I guess I want to ask, just going back to Wrath the Combine really quickly, if you can give not one lesson that you learned from making that entire project, what is it?
The lesson is, don't rush it, because that's what I did. I wanted to put everything, but I kind of just, speed run through the editing, like got everything done, which kind of led to like voice lines getting, being mixed up a bit.
But I mean, it's good that you're aware of that because a lot of people in this space don't take inventory over the mistakes they make, and they kind of drill on before they ever actually take note of what's gone right or what's gone wrong. And it's very mature of you to have noticed that. And the reason we asked that question, Power, is because we imagine that there's a lot of people maybe listening to the podcast that might either be starting as machinima directors or might be interested in doing it. And we don't want people to be discouraged by it because there's a lot of, as well as me and Flick, that there's a lot of technical stuff involved. And the message that I try to put across is that it's not that intimidating or it's not that scary. It's just you need to get started doing it. And what I guess what I'd love to ask you is what was your apparatus, or like what software did you use, what camera did you use, because it could be a lot more accessible than people think. So like what gear did you use when you were making your content?
At the time, I used some like free software at the time that I had on my computer. I can't remember what software I used, but I tried to like, put all the images together to make them look moving. But I kind of wish I had them all together. That way it can actually be like, you know, they're moving like it's a movie.
When you were making Greg and the Chief, was there any part of that that influenced how you did Wrath of the Combine, or was it just like water and oil? Was it two separate experiences entirely?
Well, it kind of involved what, well, not really.
Okay. I mean, like it's fine. They are two very separate projects, but
Yeah.
you have a very unique way of writing and kind of communicating the world to people. And even if I was shown Wrath of the Combine separately from um, Greg and the Chief, even not taking into account your voice work in both, I would still kind of interpret them as very much distinctly Power Gaming U pieces because they still have similar kind of patterns in their writing and similar kind of ideas and concepts, which is a really nice thing because you want to have a, I don't know how to say this correctly, but you'd want to have a certain style or a certain kind of mark. It's kind of like when you look at a Picasso painting, you know a Picasso painting when you see it. I know a Power Gaming U video when I see it, usually because there's an ear rape intro at the start, where there used to be anyway. I'm glad you got rid of that.
Yeah.
yeah. Thank God. I got ear raped today when I was listening to your channel.
We
Every time I always check out your channel, I forget that you had those intros, and it bleeds my ears every single time. Stop laughing! It's not funny.
It's
It
kind of
might have
funny.
actually damaged my hearing. Like seriously.
But one thing we always do is before we do an episode, we always marathon the work or like the most prominent or relevant work of our guest. Um, and me and Flick both started in Wrath of the Combine for a while. Anyway, I think I only started in the last episode, but for a while, I think you were voicing the character of Derelict, and I think you did a terrific job. Flick voiced himself and Blizz, unless I'm mistaken.
Uh, yeah, I thought it was Blizz that voice acted, but it kind of sounded like Flick's Slinky voice, I think.
That's a throwback.
I appreciate someone that actually remembers my Slinky Dog voice. My Slinky Dog voice. No, I think you might be the only person that casted Slinky Dog. So Derelict wouldn't cast him. Some other Machinima creators wouldn't cast him.
How dare you?
So, well,
It's not that I never cast him. That you never asked it. You never asked to cast it. You never
you
auditioned.
never,
Slinky.
you know about my Slinky voice, and you could have always you know what was there. I was always willing to do my Slinky voice.
Okay, Flick. I'll put your Slinky voice in the next project you work on with me.
Okay. I'm sorry. And well, I'm Power. You're in. And Derelict, you continue.
Okay. So Flick is putting the podcast on autopilot. I wanted to ask Power about I guess I kind of wish I asked this of our previous guests, but in terms of the media you consume, like I imagine I could probably imagine what some web series you might watch, but do you watch TV or do you listen to like any kind of music IRL? Because I'm kind of interested about what influences might kind of gravitate towards the content you make.
I watch Family Guy, The Simpsons, South Park, Beavis and Butthead, all that stuff.
Oh, that's I'm not gonna say it's disappointing, but I was expecting something like way far off. But you're not that far away from what me and Flick watch as well, you know. I
Yeah.
guess do you look at the History Channel a lot? Because I imagine that would probably be
Yeah, I do.
yeah. I don't watch a lot of historical content, but I'm addicted to Pawn Stars.
Yeah. Why are you so into all these World War One and Two memorabilia?
Because I kind of find it really interesting, like to create, y- like go back to the past.
Yeah, I mean that's interesting. It because it is important. History is very important. We're always
Yeah.
living through historical times. It's kind of like Power has an interest in history and stuff, and Flick, you have an interest in children's media.
Yes, I do, and I also have an interest. Me and Power actually share this. We both have retro video game collections,
How
Yeah.
do you know I don't?
and Derelict's the only one left out that doesn't have a good retro game collection.
I have 3 PS1 games that I'm looking at right now.
Oh yeah, well, what the fuck are they then?
Spider-Man 2, Grandia, and A Bug's Life.
Wait, yeah, Bugs Life.
Yeah, I got it. I was gonna do like a live stream where I played it, but I never got around to it.
What? Why?
I got
Did,
so fucking busy, dude.
did you know that the N64 Bugs Life has a different soundtrack to the PS1 one?
Is it better?
No.
Oh, well, what's your favorite retro game, Power?
My favorite retro game, maybe about for NES, maybe the first Metal Gear.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. First for PS1, I would say the original Grand Theft Auto.
What about you,
Wow.
Flickster?
Oh, an original PS1. I would probably have to go not with Bugs Life as many would expect. I'd probably go with Toy Story 2 is probably my favorite PS1 game. That was my favorite, and I've just discovered that Toy Story 2 was ported to the Dreamcast, and I still have to get that game because I still have my Toy Story 2 Let's Play to finish. Another thing I've left unfinished.
Yeah, Flick. That you let that finish.
So I do intend. This is an announcement. I do intend to get the Dreamcast version, and I will finish that Let's Play.
Well, everyone can hold him to that in the comments. Then we'll delete the bit that I committed to, but we'll
No,
put in.
we both made commitments in this episode. Is there any commitments you would like to make, Power Gaming?
Huh?
But like, I guess if we were to ask what your do you have a list of things you want to get done by the end of the year?
Yeah.
Well, I kind of want to find a girlfriend, you know?
Like, that's not funny. Come on.
I also want to get this script of this next machinima down so I can,
Oh,
announce
hey,
it.
me too.
And
Uh,
go ahead, Flick.
I was saying me too. I'm also looking to finish the script.
Is it too early to ask what kind of runtime? Like, is it going to be a movie or is it going to be a series?
It's probably gonna be a movie.
Okay.
Oh, so it's not a series; it's a movie.
Yeah.
What
Hmm.
inspired that change?
Well, with the RB latest RB in Chief episode for season 8
Mm-hmm.
and some other things
Oh,
like sword like that full movie being in all the parts being combined into one.
Right. Do you have any light you want to shed on the One Self finale, if it's a movie or an episode?
Yeah, tell us. We've been waiting for like 2 years now, or maybe 3.
Or
it's more
four?
than that. Um, I don't actually. Well, I'm writing it as a movie, but I would consider splitting it into parts because I don't know if people want to sit through like 3 hours of one self in one sitting.
Wait, it's
So
gonna be 3 hours or something?
no, I didn't. But it will be at least an hour plus. So I don't know if people would want. I don't know if people could handle an hour plus of oneself in one sitting. Okay, Derelict! Shut the fuck
Um,
up.
so Flick has just committed to doing a 3-hour One Self movie for the finale.
No,
That's crazy.
no. Well, it might be. It might balloon to 3 hours. I don't know. Derelict! Can
Um,
you let me explain some fucking hell?
okay, explain.
Because there's a lot of moving parts, and currently all the if you remember from episode 14, all the characters they're all in different places. It's like George R. R. Martin, like Dance of Dragons. So you have to get them all together again, presumably.
Well, that sounds like a logistical nightmare.
Yeah. Just tell it. Stop being sarcastic.
I'm not. That
You
sounds
are.
no. Listen, no one understands this better than I do. Like, it took me like a year and a half to put out Chewie's 3, and then it took me like 2 years to put out Chewie's 5. So I understand like when stuff is hard to get everybody in one place. You were there when we did the body acting for Chewie's 5, and getting everybody to behave for all the like award ceremony shit
Yeah.
was a nightmare.
You should have. I mean, they actually kind of listened to you. They actually kind of respected you. No one would. In my body acting session, nobody respected me. Everyone just started killing each other. Kiro kept constantly killing me over and over again.
That's Kuro's way of saying that he likes you, though.
I know, but it's something that could have been done in 30 minutes to an hour and 30 minutes.
Okay, but that was kind of funny.
I mean, I guess it wasn't funny at the time. I'll say. Anyway, this is not a podcast about me. This is a podcast about our guest
I'm sorry.
and power. What would you started your channel a long time ago? What got you started making YouTube actually?
Long story. I kind of, when I was about, I don't know, 10 years old, I kind of watched a lot of YouTube videos and I thought, hey, I want to make YouTube videos too. So, like, I started my YouTube channel as I was a 10-year-old and I made lots of cringe videos, stuff like that.
I mean, I wouldn't call your videos cringe, but
Well,
I'd call Derelict's videos cringe. But
Cheers.
I like your videos.
yeah,
You started your YouTube channel when you were 10, which was 8
back
years
to
ago, right?
back 2015.
Yeah. So have you always been aware of YouTube while you've been alive? Because I guess you grew up in what, 2005 or something?
Yeah.
So YouTube has always been there from for as far as you can remember. So you've been actively making content since you were 10. I have been making content since I was like maybe 14, 15, or 16. What has it been like, and what was your experience like making content at such a young age, coming to where you are now as like an adult?
It was fun.
Oh, good answer.
Thanks.
I guess I don't know. It's just I could never imagine it because I grew up with
Oh,
dial-up internet, and where you'd have to wait 2 or 3 minutes for a web page to load and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you have to say about the topic, Flick?
this is going to be a very quick answer. One of the answers. Actually, I kind of started young as well, but none of my early stuff was for YouTube. It was just for my personal enjoyment.
Like World
Like my
Wrestling
first,
Gaze?
yes, World Wrestling Gaze, my first machinima. Yes, it's very, very funny, Power. That was very. I went into detail in the first episode of the podcast where.
Anyone who has the largest dick is the most gay.
Hey, you actually watched that episode?
Yeah.
Wow, someone actually listens to our podcast.
Is that crazy?
I'm actually kind of shocked that you listened to that episode. We
This
get
is
like
gonna...
we have like no views in our podcast.
Hey, do we did well? In fairness, Flick, they have more views than oneself has views now. Technically,
Oh, come on, that's not fair.
you got your own channel yeeted.
That's not fair.
How did you delete how did your channel get deleted, if I may ask?
I uploaded a birthday let's play, and that it may have involved playing a porn game, and my channel got banned. Oh, Derelict! It's not funny. It's not.
Was it the birthday video of Maria?
No, it was cat. It was Cat Girl. I don't think you ever met her, Power. She's a she's a lovely woman who also has an N64 Pikachu that she showed off. She showed off on stream last night on our channel. Zero something, Zero Sonia. Come on.
Okay, that's the last one. I wanted to ask Power if there was anything that he was ever curious about with our content or had any questions for us. It sounds a bit like fucking narcissistic, but I guess now's the time really to have that back and forth.
Hmm. Have you all ever, heard of country balls?
Yeah, those are like the kind of 4chan memes where it's like a flag with a pair of eyes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure what they mean or what they're about though. I'm kind of old and boomered.
Country balls are basically like balls representing each country's. They're also they also have comics representing like history, like World War II, the American Civil War, all that stuff.
No, actually, yeah, I've heard of them. I don't know what that has to do with our channels, but
I guess it's a question that one could ask. I know that some of Power's content has been around that. You've been making a lot of Minecraft content recently, haven't you?
Yeah, I've been playing with this popular YouTuber named Estonia Ball Animations, who has like over 100,000 subscribers.
That's good. I'm glad that you're networking.
I've also been playing with Polish Tortoise, who has over 200,000 subscribers.
wow, you're networking better than us.
Yeah, that's true. How did you come across these people, or how did your paths cross?
I was basically, mod on the first guy's, Discord, and he messaged, I began talking to him like in the middle of 2021, and in the middle of 2022, I became modding a server and stuff like that. We have not really talked much until maybe at the start of 2023 when he made a Minecraft SMP about, different countries, stuff like that. And that's when we really began talking.
And this is a question I've always wanted to ask was, with all the Minecraft content that you've kind of been putting up, has it ever maybe come into your head to maybe make a Minecraft machinima? Because I know Flick kind of grazed off it with oneself, and I think it's an area that's still very lucrative. Like one of our previous guests, D27 Shigu, has made some Minecraft content that's actually done really well for views. Would you ever consider making like a Minecraft machinima?
I have not ever thought about that idea really. It does sound interesting though.
It's cool because when I think about all because when it comes to custom skins and stuff, because I assume you play on PC, the sky's the limit with that kind of thing, really.
Yeah, you can have
Yeah.
anyone. You can have any character. I had to make Minecraft. I had to do that machinima on the Xbox, so I was actually kind of limited by the skins.
Really?
I see.
Actually, no, no. My body actors that helped were on PC, but I was filming on Xbox, so actually they weren't.
Wait,
Uh,
then how did you get rid of the HUD then?
there's in the options you can just turn off the HUD.
All of it?
Yeah,
Oh crap! I wish I knew that because I would have actually been doing some myself then if I had known that.
yeah. I was just in creative mode, and I was just filming them.
Yeah.
That's how I got the camera angles. Maria Blizz and one of their friends helped me. Some Polish guy.
You remember when I was there and I made a giant dick?
Oh yeah, you were there as well. You didn't contribute at all to the scene. You were just
I
being a nuisance.
excuse you. I was giving moral support.
You were not giving moral support. You just draw a big cock. I mean, I guess that's giving moral support.
Yeah, you would have done it anyway.
Oh,
Yeah,
wait,
it gives us all mortal support.
Exactly. See,
yeah.
Power was motivated by it.
Oh, I'm glad Power. At least someone was.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could make a Minecraft machinimas. I don't think people really do that. I think people usually animate. So
That's true.
you'd be kind of unique in that field.
Yeah.
As I understand it, the games you play most of the time now are games like Hearts of Iron 2, right?
Hearts of Iron 4, yeah.
Sorry, Hearts of Iron 4. Is that like that's a strategy sim? Is it?
Yeah, it's like a World War II strategy game where you can create your own alternative histories, play as like Nazi Germany and win World War II by setting up Reich commissariats in every single country.
Cool. Is that something that kind of gets the creative gears in your head spinning about kind of when you think about alternative histories, do you think about storytelling when you play games like that?
Yeah.
Because you were telling me about how you for this next machinima that you would be playing like a dictator and stuff, and I was trying to put two and two together. I'm saying, what would get
Yeah.
Power to think about this and that,
Yeah, like a civil war, in the like a potential like combined civil war between me and my retarded clone.
Is that the villain, your retarded clone?
Yeah.
Cool. That's gonna be interesting. Are you looking
Yeah.
forward to that flick?
I'm up for that. Actually you offered me a voice role in that machinima.
Yeah.
Actually, now is a good time actually to let people know that I guess Power, if you're looking for like body actors or voice actors, that this is kind of a good chance for you to make an open call for that because we'll be linking all of your details in the description. So if you're looking for people, you could probably just let us know where people can find you.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, it sounds like a plan to me.
Yeah. Is there any kind of content creators that you'd love to collaborate with? Any kind of big channels or small channels you're eager to work with?
Uh, well, I've met all the cringe balls like team between Estonia Ball Animations, Polish Tortoise, and this Ukrainian guy named Murfity. Like I've met Esto and Tortoise, but I've not met Murfity just yet, and I'd love to collaborate with this Ukrainian Murfity guy
Right.
sometime.
Oh.
What draws you to a content creator? What's something you look for in like a collaborator when you work with someone?
Like, us playing games or even him voice acting in some, and in machinimas or even animations I make, stuff like that.
I'm glad you said that because it reminded me that you've been one of the most consistent contributors to the RB Retold series. And you've not only have you done great live action scenes, but you've also done some source filmmaker scenes. So you've kind of gone back to your roots in a way as well, which I've always appreciated because, I guess Flick would probably notice a little bit is that getting reliable people for the Retold series is really hard. It's really difficult. And to find people that are consistent and reliable and also have a variety of mediums they can contribute to is a really it's really valuable and sought after. So I've already said it a bunch of times, but I thank you for all the work you've done for the Retold series because
Oh,
um, when you look at like the output that it gets and how well they're received, it just means the world that people kind of come on board for those, especially pro bono.
Yeah, you're welcome, Derelict. Really glad I can help, man.
Yeah,
oh,
I think about Retold a lot and about how other people have interpreted that series. Like people wanted to do one self Retold for a while, and I guess I wanted to put the question to you: what would you do if someone made a Wrath of the Combine Retold?
I would be, I would really I'd be really glad that someone's making like a retold of my, machinima that's barely even a machinima, kinda.
You kind
that's
of
good.
you seem proud, but at the same time you want to kind of not put distance between yourself and it, but you also want to move on and kind of get to the next stage as well, I guess.
Yeah, like, get to the, MCC, make an actual machinima that'll also feature like live action and Gary's mod and blah blah blah.
Oh wow,
Sounds,
all three.
sounds very ambitious.
That's that's the kind of content that I like to see. I like to see content that's ambitious and kind of breaks walls and tries new.
So, what kind of live action content are you planning?
Uh
Or is that too spoilery?
yeah, it's kind of a bit too spoilery.
Okay.
While we're kind of wrapping up here, Power, is there any kind of projects in the work that maybe isn't Machinima or anything else you're working on? I know you made a kind of a side channel for vlogs as well. Are you hoping to make more vlogs soon?
Yeah, I'm hoping to visit countries in Europe like Germany or Estonia or Czechia or Poland. And I hope to make like hope to make like vlogs about me visiting those countries one day.
I
Wait,
assume that it'll be kind of like a historical pilgrimage or something for you.
Yeah.
wait, you have a vlog channel?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know about this. That sounds amazing. How many vlogs have you done?
None as of right now.
Oh,
This is
oh,
something I kind of want to start making a staple of the podcast, but I want to kind of ask Power about if you were to sum your channel up into 3 words, or if there's three central things to your channel, what do you think those 3 words would be?
They would be like, gaming, machinima, and just, memes.
I think that's fair. That's probably a really good summary of your channel.
Yeah.
yeah, I like that summary.
Any kind of messages or anything that we should keep an eye out for before we wrap up, Power?
Nah.
Well, that was a concise podcast.
Before we wrap up as well, we usually just go over what me and Flick are working on as well, just so we're not sitting on our hands. Flick, what are you working on? What's in the pipeline?
Uh, the same as this last time I said this.
Always the same. Um,
Oh,
I'm working on the guide to Machinima. I'm hoping it'll be up before the end of the year. Chewy 6, Last Seen Online, is done. By the time this podcast comes out, it'll probably be out. But
oh, I see it. It's premiering in 6 days. Oh wait,
yes, a week from now. So
I can't wait for this guide to machinima. I want to learn about how to do machinima. That's, why I'm excited. So,
it's
mm,
it's tough. It's loaded with information. Like there's a lot of information in there, and I asked my Twitter followers if I should do it all one video or if I should break it into parts like John did with his, and they voted on making it one long video. I don't know if that's the right or wrong thing to do. I mean, obviously my channel's not getting monetized, so that makes no difference to me, but I don't want to overload people with information. So difficult line to thread, I think.
I would have voted parts if I knew this poll existed.
Why?
Oh, because it's just simpler to break up into parts.
Well,
No one
I'll be u-
likes learning in 40-minute segments.
well, hang on now, because obviously YouTube has the chapters function as well. So I'm going to be using the chapters function as well. So the whole thing will be segmented. Like I'll have time codes in the description, so you won't have to go searching for the editing segment or the pre-production segment. It'll all be very like clearly signposted in the description and um in the description and in the bottom of the video as well.
I guess that solves it. What about you, Power? What would you vote for?
Like what vote?
Yeah.
Say that again.
What would you have voted for?
For who?
What would you have voted for in the Twitter poll?
A what poll?
The Twitter poll we were just discussing.
Oh, I don't know.
Would you have voted for one movie or multiple parts?
One movie.
Okay, we got the answer.
Sorry, I was a bit confused.
That's fine.
Hmm.
I mean, I understand because it's I could only make the video once, kind of like with Civil Discord, where it's broken into two parts, and because of that, the viewership suffered because I'm sure a lot of people who watched the first part never watched the second. Whereas I feel like if someone is watching one continuous video, they might be more inclined just to stay on it and see where it goes. And I know that some of the video is going to be boring because it's going to be a lot of information. Another reason why the video is taking so long is because I have to triple check and make sure that the information is right. And the longer the video takes to make, the harder that gets because technology is changing all the time. Like I think since I started writing this video, Elgato has put out two or three new versions of their hardware. So I've had to kind of adjust with that. And as well as that as well, I have to make sure that all the software stuff is correct as well. And it's really, really annoying and hard because I'm basically writing. I think it's like a 30 or 60 page Google document where I have all these links and stuff, and I'm going back and I'm checking this and this and this and this and this, make sure everything's right. Because if I upload it and the information's wrong, then the video is pretty much a bust. And we're trying to build like a resource for upcoming creators to build from there. It's not necessarily for people who already make machinima. It'll be helpful for people who already make machinima. We want to like lay a foundation. So if someone starts making machinima in 2 or 3 years, they can kind of refer to that video and go from there, even if the technology has like advanced or whatever.
I see.
And
That's cool.
yeah. And hopefully it'll motivate Flick to actually start making content again.
Yeah.
I hope so too, buddy. I hope so too. I think we're finished, guys.
Oh wait, I said what I am making right now.
Oh,
So basically, as we all know, I'm working on this new machinima that's coming out, but I'm also working on, some other things like, the audio recordings of the 6 apparent demons in Annalisa Michel, stuff like that. It'll come out probably Halloween. That's what I'm gonna aim for.
ooh, spooky video.
Yeah.
Well, I know we're all looking forward to that.
I
Yeah.
certainly am. I guess this will be our last Machiniphobic before Halloween, actually.
Hey, Derelict, what do you think about the case of Annalisa Michel?
I can't say that I'm too familiar with it. Was she possessed by a demon or something?
I believe she was mentally ill and she thought she was possessed by a demon. Like
Probably.
6 demons, including Hitler.
Was Hitler a demon?
Huh?
Was Hitler supposed to be a demon?
Apparently.
Oh, was she like up on a table doing like goose steps and like the salute and stuff, or what?
She, she ate spiders, flies, and even licked her own urine off the floor.
Did Hitler do those things?
No.
Oh, I'm trying to figure out how we know that it was Hitler who possessed her.
Well, in the recordings, Annalisa said hi, 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 stuff like that.
Okay. I think with a lot of the this is turning into like a spooky podcast now, but I think with a lot of the people who get possessed or get taken over by demons, I think a lot of that could probably be chalked up to mental illness. It's not being dismissive of religious people. It just feels like an Occam's razor thing, where it's just the easiest explanation, so it might be the correct one. But that's just Derelict's 2 cents.
Yeah.
What do you think, Flick?
Yeah. That sounds awfully spooky. I think Hitler probably ate spiders as well. Anyway, I think that's it, guys.
Yeah.
Yes, I'd like to thank our sponsors, Spiders, Flies, and Urine Off the Floor for our sponsoring our video. This has been Machiniphobic, and until next time, check out Fortnite Season 3.
Can't wait for Fortnite Season 3.
Yeah, I don't even think it's on Season 3.
I don't even play Fortnite.